Greetings from Springfield, Missouri. I'm John Connerup, and I serve as the Mission Director of the Baptist Bible Fellowship International. I've been in this position for a little over 18 years, and it's been exciting to see how God has worked through the fellowship of our churches and all their missionaries in over 80 countries. It's exciting to see and hear about the people who have come to salvation, who have been discipled, and the vast number of churches that have been planted. Thank you for joining me. I would like to take this opportunity to share and give you an update on the new building project that we have been in for the last year. And it is taking shape, it is moving fast, and a lot of good things are happening on that new property, and I'd like to share those with you today. All the storm drainage has been completed. All of the underground infrastructure that they have to put in is done or almost done. The road has been cut in, it's been graded, and just even this week, the curbing has been set. The topsoil is being spread all across the open common areas of the entire 10 acres. The new mission office building is planning to be completed by the middle of January in 2024. At this point, the roof is finished, the framing has been completed, the plumbing is all placed. Crews are now working on the interior electrical and HVAC systems. In fact, just the other day, they had a big crane out there to lift the big air-conditioned units to put them on top of the roof, and now they're hooking all those up to the system inside. The interior spray insulation is complete, and 60% of all the windows and doors have been placed. The only part that is remaining is what they call the storefront, the entryway, the doors, and the glass that they will be putting in, but that should happen within the next week. This week, the crews are finishing up placing all the sheetrock on the interior walls, and then also they are finishing up putting all the brick and the metal siding on the exterior walls. I'm excited to let you know that the framers have started in putting together the apartments for the retirement housing. In the coming weeks and months, the retirement building will have all of its walls, wall sheathing, ceiling joists, and all the trusses and the roof sheathing completed in just about a month or so. Once that is complete, the roofers will come on and they will place the shingles, and then we'll have a team come and put in all the windows and all the doors. Then church teams, volunteer teams, have been scheduled to come and begin doing all the interior of those apartments. So it's really moving forward, and we are really excited the way that it is turning out. The slab for the event center is already complete, and Crossland Construction Company is preparing and already having the steel made, and soon they will be putting that up over that slab, and they will handle all the exterior finishes and the interior framing and insulation, and then all that should be done by the middle of January as well. After they are finished, then we'll have church teams to come in and finish up all the interior of the event center. The slab for the short-term apartments is already done. The plumbing's already set there at the slab. And so pretty soon we have church teams planning to come in, and they will do the framing of the walls and then put up the roof and finish those out. So we're excited to maybe have those done sometime in late spring for our short-term apartments. This is about a $9.6 million project on the 10 acres that we are calling our phase one. Now we have 30 acres of property, and so we're just using a third to begin with. But on this 10 acres has the new office building, two retirement home apartment facilities, short-term facilities, and an event center with parking lots and roads. And so it's all coming together. Now $9.6 million for all of that. And yet it's only going to cost around $7.5 million. And the reason for that is because of all the church volunteer teams that are going to come and help us to finish up a lot of the work on the apartments and the event center. 50 to 60% of the cost of building is in labor. And so by them coming and volunteering, it's going to really help save us a lot of money. However, we still need to raise $900,000. And we are looking to do that through the rest of this year and through next year. And as the Lord supplies and brings that in, we believe by the end of the year next year, when all the projects are completely done, that we will be totally debt-free. And we give God all the glory and praise for that. And I'm thankful for all who have already given and made this possible. Now, here are some ways that you can help us toward this $900,000. I doubt any of you would be willing to just say, I've got $900,000 to give. And so we want to break it down and allow you to be able to help in any way that you can. So God has enabled this to happen this far, and I know that He will supply the rest of it. So here's some ways that you can help. Number one, you can share this need and this completion of the project with your church people. In fact, we've had church people who have given personally toward this project, or they've come to their church and said, hey, we would like to give this much if you as a church or we as a church can raise the rest of it and match it. So we've seen that happen. So if you would be willing to mention this to your church people this year and ask them to give, this would be a wonderful year-end tax-deductible gift. Now, I know a lot of people like to give at the end of the year because they can take it off of their taxes. Well, this would be a perfect way for them to do that, giving to this building project. And then secondly, consider what your church might do together. Challenge your people together to do something special, maybe a year-end gift, or as some are doing and did last year, a Christmas offering, a year-end Christmas offering. And they challenge their people to give so that they can help this project for our missionaries and these apartments. A third way that you can be involved is to maybe decide you want to just pay for one of the apartments altogether. Several churches have done that. They've asked, how much does it take to build an apartment? And so it's $45,000. And the reason why it can be that low amount is because the labor is going to be done by our church volunteer teams. And so for $45,000, your church can say, hey, we want to raise that this year or over the next year and build one of those apartments as a church. And then also you could furnish one of the apartments. It takes about $3,500 to furnish an apartment with all the appliances, the stove and the fridge and the washer and dryer and those kinds of things. And so maybe you would say, well, $45,000 is too much, but we could do $3,500. Or an individual might say, well, I can do $3,500. Well, that would go a long way into furnishing all of these apartments for our missionaries. And then number 4, you can give toward completing the event center. So we're able to do all the exterior and get everything done there and a little bit of the interior, but to do the floor and some of the other things inside, we would need to raise an additional amount of money. If you would like to make a difference in the lives of our missionaries for many years to come, this is the perfect way to do it. So I would like to personally thank you for being willing to pray for what God could do through you or your church, and thank you in advance for the giving that God will use you to give. God has opened up every step of the way, and I know that He will supply the remaining $900,000 so that we can complete this phase 1 of this exciting building project. Again, I just want to end by saying this. Your gifts will bless our missionaries for a long, long time. This has been an exciting project that many people in our churches and our pastors, our entire fellowship, our missionaries are all so excited about. And it's bringing something that we can all be proud of together and be a part of together. So I want to thank you for considering what you would do and how God can use you in this new building project. May God bless you, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen.